Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adobe Noli, coming to you live from the city of Abuja, Nigeria. Kindly like, comment, subscribe and click that bell button down below and also share with everybody around you. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're all staying safe, hope you're staying indoors as well, because this lockdown is something else. Hope you're staying indoors. Let's all come together and fight this virus by staying indoors and staying safe at the same time. So today I'll be introducing something new to this channel, not like it's new. I've done about 2 of such videos in the past, but I think I should now make it constant on this channel. So it's going to be known as social issues. Yes, and what social issues mean is that I'll be reviewing, reacting, deliberating, talking about things that happened in the past, in the previous week. Yes, so that's what it's going to be. I know I've done about 2 videos on that. So this week will be titled Social Issues Episode 1, and I'll be talking about things that happened last week. So that's what it's going to be. So every Monday, watch out for such videos. So welcome once again to my YouTube channel. So today, without dragging too much, let's get into the show. So the first issue for review is Kano State. What's really happening in Kano State? Why is no one saying anything about Kano State? They've recorded over 600 deaths in Kano State, and up till today, no one is saying anything about it. The federal government has not said anything about it. The state government is saying nothing about it. And it is rumored that this death, 600, more than 600 deaths, it's said that, or it's rumored that this death might be as a result of this virus, and NCDC is not saying anything about it. Like, no one is saying anything about it. If it's as a result of this virus, I think they should actually take adequate measures in order to curtail this virus, because if 600 people have died from this virus, then it means it means that virtually 30% of the state is affected. Kano is, when it comes to population, Kano is well populated when it comes to Kano State. So I think the federal government or the state government itself should actually do something about it. Yes, I know that even before this death started, I know they didn't take it seriously. Most of the citizens of that state never took it seriously. I'm going to leave a video of some of them. Some were even washing their hands, washing their faces, and then drinking it. And they'll be telling you bar corona. Bar corona is like there is no corona. I even saw a video. I'm going to leave all these videos here. You're going to see all of them. I even saw a video of some of them chanting babu corona. Babu, that is, there's no corona. There's no corona.
Coronavirus ko? Zuba ruwa sosai. Yani na zuba. Coronavirus. Kutumin babban bura uban coronavirus. Kutumin bura uban coronavirus, na wanke ruwan hannuna, na shafa. Babu abin da zai same ni.
I think NCDC did not do enough awareness in terms of this virus. Like, I expected them to go to each state. I'm guessing NCDC have offices in every state of the country. I was guessing that, okay, they will do proper awareness, because most of these people are not even aware of this virus. Most of them just see it as, oh no, it's a religious thing. Most people don't even believe in it at all. And I think that's the case of the people in Kano State. Nobody has actually taught them or educated them about this virus, so they're just ignorant of everything that's happening. When it comes to election, you see so many politicians go out there, you see billboards, you see flyers, you see them going house to house, doing house to house awareness. And now that this is even deadlier than election, no one is saying anything. I expected the politicians to actually wake up now. This should be a wake-up call to all of them. Okay, if I could do this for my election, why can't I do more? Because it's taking the lives of my people, these people that elected me, people that put me into this position. I expected politicians to do more of awareness. I'm very sure that there is no billboard. I'm sure nobody is saying anything, even on the televisions, on the radios. It may be in Kano State or in the northern states. Basically, I feel they should do more. They should create more awareness, because most people are not aware of this virus. Most people have not even heard about it. Yes, it's that bad. Most people have not heard about it. Ignorance is some people are ignorant about this virus. Let's just be very sincere about it. Let's just leave religion out of it, because I know religion has a very huge problem to play in Nigeria. But notwithstanding, I feel if they are educated, if they are taught, if they are told about this virus, I feel that they would be able to understand the essence of staying indoors, the essence of, okay, believing that, okay, yes, this virus is true. And I think the only way they can actually get to people is maybe if you speak to imams, because people really, Nigerians most especially, listen to their religious leaders more than any other person. Like, their religious leaders is more like their god. So if NCDC can actually reach out to the religious leaders in all the states, I'm not just going to limit it to the north now, in all the states, like, okay, go to radio. Even if you don't even have radio, I'm sure most of these people have social media handles. I know most churches have social media handles. I'm not sure about the mosque, but go use your social media handle to preach, to actually tell people about this awareness, how they can stay indoors, how it can be prevented. I feel NCDC should do more of that. Even if you have, even celebrities too should also do this. If you have a platform where you can actually enlighten people about this virus, I think everybody should actually do so, because it is no longer funny. Imagine recording over 600 deaths, more than 600 deaths in a week. Like, it is so bad. And the worst thing now is that there is no testing point in Kano State, as I read. Like, why? What is happening? You recorded 600 deaths, and you mean up till now you can't even go? Okay, let's even assume it is not this virus. Let's assume it's something else. What I felt a responsible leader would have done is, okay, what is happening? What is the cause of this death? Let us assume it is not this virus. Okay, what could be the cause of this virus? What if this is another virus that is actually starting? Like, what if it is, like, what if it is, no one is saying anything about it? I heard that the test center that was in Kano State was closed down, was shut down, because the officers there contacted the virus. And I'm like, okay, yes, they contacted the virus, which is nobody's fault, but that does not mean you close down that center. That is uncalled for. You shouldn't close down it. Rather, you should actually train your staff more on how to take care of themselves, provide preventive garments for them, like give them PPE, give them kids them very well, and then send them to Kano State, because these deaths are no longer funny. Over the weekend, about 14, or how many prominent persons died from Kano State, and no one is still saying anything. And the worst thing about this virus is that it doesn't know whether you're rich or whether you're poor. As I said, almost 14 prominent persons died from Kano State. Why are other prominent personalities not standing up and say, okay, enough is enough? We've had enough of this. Like, what can we do to stop all of this? Because it could be you tomorrow, it could be me tomorrow. So why are you not saying anything about it? I think the leaders, the prominent, the emirs, or whatever leaders they have in Kano State, I think they need to really sit up and try to fight this thing. It's no longer funny. Like, it's no longer funny. And then I hear that the Kano State governor is requesting for 15 billion naira. 15 billion naira. Like, so if the federal government does not give you 15 billion naira, you sit down and watch your people, the people that voted you into office, die like that. And it's really pathetic that things are going this bad and no one is saying anything about it. Nobody at all is saying anything about it. There's going to be a press release today. I hope so. I'm not so sure, but usually the president of Nigeria usually does a press release after 2 weeks. In the essence of the press release basically is whether the lockdown is going to be extended or not. So I think there'll be a press release today by the president on whether because the 14 days lockdown is elapsing today. So I hope he does another press release on whether the lockdown still continues or does not, because I know Kaduna State rather has given a 30 days lockdown, and it's better that way. Just not just giving a lockdown and enforcing that lockdown is being implemented, because you say lockdown but go to the roads, go to the streets, you see people gallivanting up and down. So making sure that lockdown is actually implemented. And when I say implemented, I'm not saying that the law enforcement officer should use that opportunity to kill people, because I've seen so many videos out there where law enforcement officers are just killing people because they are breaking rules and regulations. They're extorting money from people because of this. So I think all parties need to sit down together and actually try and look for a way to actually solve all of this. So going back to Kano State, as I was saying, the governor is requesting for 15 billion, and my question is, okay, so if the federal government does not give you this money, you won't do anything about your people, right? You just sit there and watch them die, right? And so many people, when you come to Twitter, you have so many lawyers in Twitter. You see, if you're on Twitter, you can actually browse on these handles. You see Ganduje failed Kano people. No, hashtag Ganduje failed Kano, Kano failed Kano, NCDC failed Kano. Like, you'll see so many of them. And if you remember, there was a video some time ago that was trending when they had a football competition which was titled, I think, Corona Cup or something like that. I'm not so sure of the name again, but they held a football competition against local governments. Titled, it was I think it was Corona Cup or something like that. If I see that video, I'm going to put it here. So you can now imagine that if these people are not well informed, if these people were well informed rather, you wouldn't see them exhibit such behavior. You wouldn't see them doing some things like this. Like, it's so sad of what's really happening in Kano State. And I think so many people need to stand up and actually fight for themselves. Like, when I say fight for themselves, stay indoors, wash your hand regularly, just mind your business, remain in your house. You won't die if you stay at home. Yes, it's as easy as that. I heard the chairman of BOA has donated, I think, 3.5 billion naira now, and I'm like, okay, I think this is the right step. At least one person has contributed to the fight against this virus, because as it stands now, they don't even have a testing center. They don't have anything in Kano State. Like, they do not have anything in Kano. And Kano State is not a small state. Kano State, the difference between I think Kano State has a population of over 13 million people. Yes, the difference between Kano State and Lagos population is about maybe 3 million thereabouts. And then you see people comparing, okay, why is NCDC not coming to Kano State to actually provide the resources or the facilities required for this, to fight this virus? After all, they've provided so many in Lagos. But people are forgetting to realize that Lagos State governor actually sat on his own. He had to bring other parties involved, other parties in the state, and like, see, we need to fight this thing together. So he actually collaborated with other agencies, other corporate bodies, and that is why they have so many testing points. So I don't know why Kano State is not saying anything. It's not like Kano State is a poor state. When it comes to commercial hub, Kano State is the biggest commercial hub in the northern state of Nigeria. It is not a small state. They can actually provide for themselves. They can fend for themselves. Even if the federal government is not fending for you, you should provide for yourself. You have, what are you using your tax for right now? Like, what is it? Like, why are you allowing your people die this bad? Like, it's really pathetic that we are actually in this mess like this. Because if Kano State can record such deaths and no one is still saying anything about it, you can imagine the neighboring states, the states surrounding Kano State, what the situation will be like at the moment. It's really sad. Like, we could have prevented this thing, could have been prevented, but we let it slide. And it's really sad again that the leaders are not seeing anything wrong with this. They've not learned their lessons. If these borders were shut down immediately this virus came to be, we wouldn't be in this mess. Now that they're seeing what's happening in Kano State, the leaders of other states, I'm sure, are not still taking lessons from this, because if care is not taken, don't be surprised that people from Kano State are leaving Kano State into other states, and you wouldn't even know, because some of the borders are not tight enough. Yes, they are not tight enough. People still go into other states. You just give the patrol team on that border maybe 2,000 naira and you're allowed to go in. So I think everybody needs to sit down. All hands need to be on deck right now, because this virus, it's not just respect of anybody. It doesn't know you. No matter your size, it will just take you. So let's all be careful. So the second issue on my list this week is the lady that reported her mother to NCDC. See, I think that girl needs, or the lady needs, an accolade. Imagine if this lady was in every family in Nigeria. I think we wouldn't be in this mess we're in at the moment, because those that came into Nigeria and they were asked to self-isolate, they refused to self-isolate. Imagine this lady was in every family, and then maybe her brother came in from abroad and is not self-isolating. I can bet you this lady will also call NCDC and like, see, my brother went out. He just came back and he went out. So imagine if this lady was actually in every family. I don't think we'll be in this mess at this moment. So that girl or that lady needs a very good thumbs up. And I think what the government again would have done was, this whistleblowing would have just been a perfect deal for this virus. Yes, this whistleblowing, not just whistleblowing for corruption, for exposing corrupt leaders, whistleblowing for those that came into the country and refused to self-isolate. Because if they had self-isolated themselves, we wouldn't be in this mess. See, because after 14 days, if you now start having the symptoms, they just come pick you up and then take up your family, and that would have been just, it would have curtailed this thing so much. So thumbs up to that lady who actually reported the case to NCDC, who reported her mother to NCDC. From her tweet, her mother went for a wedding in Nasarawa State, which is against NCDC rules, that we shouldn't have more than 20 people in a gathering. But this woman went for a wedding. Like, why would you go for a wedding? So she had to report her mother. She had to call NCDC on her mother. I don't know what happened, if NCDC actually went to the venue of the wedding. I'm not so sure. Some people were blasting her that she's a wicked person and all that. I don't think she's a wicked person. I give her a thumbs up. I give her kudos for that. She loves her country. Not just, I know she did it basically for her family, because if her mother contacts that virus, it's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect her whole family basically. But in the long run, she's helping the country at large, because if one person has that virus at that wedding, imagine all the families, all the people that came there, imagine them going to infect their whole family member. So she did a very good job. Even if she might do it for her selfish purpose, no matter what, she still did it for the benefit of the whole Nigeria, and I give her kudos for that. Thank you very much, young lady. If you watch this video, thumbs up. I like you. I love you for your actions. Yes, I said so. I will see you next week Monday, and I'll try and see how I can cut all my points so that I can take more issues from the week before. Yeah, if you love my video, please kindly give me a thumbs up and also share my video, and please subscribe. I realize that most people watching this video are not subscribed to my channel. Like, what did I do? Why are you not yet subscribed to my channel? Please subscribe to my channel. It is free. Subscription is free, and there is no charge that comes with it. Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon. So thank you again for watching my channel. Please stay safe, stay indoors. If you must go out, please wear your nose mask and wash your hands regularly. Have yourself a lovely day ahead. Bye.